Hello everyone. I am on my way to therapy. It's my first in-person therapy session with my therapist that I've been seeing for over a year now, since actually me and Lucas met. So I'm a little nervous, so I thought I'd hop on here and see what everyone's up to today. Me and Rue are currently driving to Minneapolis. It's an hour drive for me to get to the clinic that my therapist is at. And I also have to do a UA today, so I just thought I'd get two things done at once. But yeah, so I'm a little nervous. Our therapy session today is supposed to be my therapist said in celebration of Lucas's life, so I don't know what to expect, what we're going to talk about. I have no clue. So I'm a little nervous. We've been doing virtual calls for like a year. So I've never seen this person before, so I am kind of scared to be there in person. But I have Rue with me. I'm going to bring her to Lucas's dad's house. She absolutely loves it there. They have two pit bulls, which Rue gets along with really well, so I thought it'd be fun for Rue to go hang out with some of her little doggy friends while I'm in therapy. And me and Lucas spent a lot of time at his dad's house, so I'm sure Rue will be really excited to see his dad and the dogs. And yeah, that's where a lot of our time was spent, was at Lucas's dad's house. We stayed there a lot while he was going to the methadone clinic, just because it was too far to drive from where I live to the cities and back every day. So we just stayed out in the cities, and his dad was so kind to let us stay there, and he even gave up his whole bedroom for us. Like he slept on the couch and gave up his bed for me and Lucas, which was awesome. And I felt bad, but he didn't seem to mind. But so that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to Lucas's dad's. I'm going to drop Rue off for a little bit and then going to my therapy session. I know this is kind of a boring live, but I've also kind of had a hard couple of days. 2 days ago, I had ran into someone that Lucas was an acquaintance with, and basically he made me cry. He just said some very mean things about Lucas passing, which I have no idea where that even came out, like why he would think that it was okay to say these things, but he was telling me that he did this on purpose, and just kind of comparing the deaths in his life to Lucas's death, and that really hurt me, and it kind of messed with my mental health a little bit. I mean, that's not what someone wants to hear when they've lost someone so close, you know. That, like, I don't want to think that Lucas left because he didn't want to be here anymore, and that's not what I believe. So it was really hurtful to hear that from someone. So I've just kind of been a little bit down the past few days. I haven't really done much of anything besides go to school. And I had my last day of school yesterday, so I'm really happy that I've got a break coming up. I don't know. I just can't believe that someone would think that that's okay to say to someone who's hurting so much, and I don't know. I think it's very wrong, and I will not be going anywhere near that person, because that's just not the type of people that I need in life right now. I need positive people who are there to support me, and yeah, so that was just, I don't know, and I had felt like I was doing better for a while until I heard that, and it just kind of put me in a little bit of a depression again. So the last few days, like I said, I've just been kind of down and out. I've spent most of my time at my apartment. Haven't really done much this week besides school, but yeah, someone commented, K-Dub, he'll love to see you, Leah. Are you talking about Lucas's dad, I'm assuming? Or the dogs? I don't know. But I just thought I'd come on here and talk to you guys because haven't been feeling the best, and I'm hoping that this therapy session helps in some way. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to expect, but I'm nervous and have a ton of anxiety as usual. K-Dub says yes, both. Okay, do you know Lucas's dad? Or, I'm confused. But anyways, I'm a little annoyed that I've got to drive an hour just to see my therapist. I wish that I could find someone, because I have an amazing therapist. She's helped me through so much during me and Lucas's relationship, and she's helped me get through so much, and I just wish that she was a little bit closer to me, because an hour drive to go see a therapist is kind of insane. But she's clearly really good, so it's worth it, I guess. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what in the world I'm gonna do after my therapy appointment. I'm gonna be out in the cities. I might go visit my grandpa. He lives in an assisted living, so I might bring Rue to go see my grandpa. I haven't seen him since Lucas passed, so it'd be good to see him. Sorry guys, I probably shouldn't be driving and doing a live, but I am. And it's hard for me to read the comments, but I'm coming up to a red light, so give me a second. Yeah, I'm just about like 20 minutes from where I'm heading to. So, for those of you who are just getting on here, I see that there's 9 people in here. I was just kind of talking about how I've kind of been down in the dumps the past couple days because of something someone said that knew Lucas. He just kind of said some nasty things that I did not want to hear, and basically told me that Lucas it's hard for me to even say it because I know it's not true, but that he wanted to basically die, and I don't believe that, and it really hurts for someone to say that to me. Or scoot over. But I am not going to let that affect me. I'm going to try and be as strong as I can, and just move on, because I know in my heart that that's not true. I know Lucas wanted to be here still. He had so much more to live for, and it's just crazy how people can be so mean, and it's not fair at times, but it's life. There's not always gonna be, not everyone can be a good person, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but K-Dub says yes. Grant is a really good friend of mine. Joey and Milo will be pumped to see you. Okay, I didn't know that you knew Grant. Yeah, I'm really excited to see him. I haven't seen him since Lucas's celebration of life. So I'm excited to hang out with him for a little bit before my therapy, and then I'll be heading back there after. So yeah, I did not know that you were his friend, but thanks for joining my little driving session on my way to therapy. It's so exciting. Brittany says, hi Leah, I'm so sorry to hear that person said that to you. People can be cruel. You're right about keeping positive people. I hope your therapist can help you work through the situation today. Yeah, I was just shocked when I heard those words come out of his mouth, because it's just like, how could you say that to someone? And I'm just like speechless still. And of course I couldn't stick up for myself. I've had a hard time sticking up for myself pretty much my whole life, and people have easily taken advantage of me because I am a kind person, and I try to do what I can for other people, and sometimes my kindness is taken for granted. Sorry, I don't know what's going on about the whole thing that was said with Lucas's friend or acquaintance. Brittany says, careful reading and driving, take your time. Yeah, this is probably not a smart idea. I've done this once before and it was really hard to do, so I just wanted to vent a little bit and get that off my chest before I talk to my therapist about it. But I just really want to make this therapy session like positive. I wanted to talk about all of the good memories that me and Lucas shared, talk about like my favorite things about him, and just like really, I don't know, make it like a healing session instead of like a depressing, because therapy can be kind of depressing, and I don't want that. I don't want it to be like that today. I want to have an uplifting therapy session, so we'll see how it goes. But I think it'll be okay. I just have a lot of Anxiety. I hate anxiety. And my anxiety meds have not seemed to be really working, which sucks. I take Klonopin, the same medication that Lucas was prescribed for a while when we were together. Been on it for so long that it's not really working, or I've maybe gained a tolerance to it. And I've been off and on prescribed Klonopin throughout my sobriety, and yeah, it's just not really helping. And I mostly take it for sleep because I've had I also have insomnia, so I have a really hard time sleeping at night. And the Klonopin really helps for sleep. And I've been prescribed, oh gosh, what was it? Ambien, which was a terrible, terrible drug. It's the medication where people like sleepwalk in the middle of the night and like drive somewhere and have no recollection the next day of what they did. So I was on Ambien for like 3 months, and then I started getting really bad like memory problems, so I decided it would be a good idea to get off of that medication. And also I just felt like I couldn't think straight. So sorry guys, I gotta turn my AC on. I'm really hot, and it's only 39 degrees out here in Minnesota, which is crazy. But yeah, so I've tried all these medications for sleep, and nothing has really helped, besides the Klonopin. But at the same time, I like don't want to rely on that for sleeping, just because I know that after you take it for so long, you don't get the same effect that it just doesn't help like it should. But my goal is to eventually get off of it, and I was off of it for a while, and I kind of had some mental health issues going on from my workplace that I worked at last year. I worked at a treatment center that was just a very toxic environment, and it really, really affected my mental health. I had a really mean supervisor that was just out to get me, and she really, like, it was almost like mental and emotional abuse, I would say. I was the only one she treated like that, so it was just like very detrimental to my mental health. And so I got prescribed Klonopin again because of the anxiety I was having, and it has helped. And I got to the point where I only took it once a week for school, because just being in the classroom setting really gives me anxiety, and it always has ever since high school. So before, I was only taking it once a week, and after Lucas has passed, I've been taking it more and more because my anxiety is just like, it's terrible right now. So I feel like I need that as like a little crutch right now, because it does help, but I also just don't want to become like physically dependent on this medication, because I know that is sadly one of the side effects and danger of taking this kind of a medication. But I do take it safely, and I have had an issue with benzos in the past, but now that I have 4 years clean, and have been doing really good for a long time. I'm at a point where I'm able to like manage my medications, which is awesome, and I never thought I'd get to this point, but I'm really proud of myself. Let's see, someone says, Brittany said that's messed up to say something like that. I don't really believe it though. To me it seemed like Luke was really trying to fight for his life. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I don't know what made him believe that. Maybe they had some sort of conversation that I don't know about, and he knows more than I do. I don't really know. I don't talk to this person on a daily basis, but apparently he claims that he saw Lucas at least twice a week since he was at this sober living, and which I also don't believe that, because me and Lucas were together almost every day when he didn't work. So that was a little confusing to me, why he would lie about that. But I don't know if he was lying. I really don't know. But yeah, no, I don't believe him, and yeah, it's just a nasty thing to say to someone, and I'm trying to forget that ever was said, because I need to stay positive and keep moving forward, because that's the only thing that's gonna get me through this. Brittany says, I was prescribed Klonopin as well. I have used benzos when I was younger, but then tapered myself off last year. I was actually watching Luke's videos talking about his taper. Yeah, he struggled with the benzo thing for a really long time, and that was really hard to see him go through, because benzo withdrawals are serious. You know, it's one of the only withdrawals you can die from, including alcohol, and that's just really scary to me. And yeah, he definitely struggled with getting off of it. I know that was really, really hard for him, but he did it, and I was so proud of him. And I also was there when he transitioned from methadone to Suboxone, which that seemed so terrible. I just remember those few days. It was like a week long process for him to, or maybe not a week. It's hard to remember because it was about a year ago, but it was really, really hard to see him like that. And he wouldn't even let me talk to him because he was just like so irritable, and he was very crabby during that time. So I just kind of give him his space. He was at my apartment when he made the transition over to Suboxone, and I remember he had thought that he was okay to start taking the Suboxone, and he took it a little bit too early, before like the methadone was fully out of his system. I could do, but yeah, Lucas was very, very strong for, you know, going through like all those changes, because it's not easy to get off of a medication that you've been on for so long. And I've never taken methadone, so I don't know what methadone withdrawal feels like, but I can only imagine that it is not fun. But he made it through it, and I was so proud of him. And it's, I don't know, when he was going to the methadone clinic, it was like, he was just like, I can't remember the words he said. It was like some sort of like not methadone jail, but just like, you know, he was tied down to going to the clinic every day just to feel normal. And he wanted so badly to not have to do that, because that just sucks, having to drive an hour away every single day to go get methadone. So yeah, I was really proud of him when he was able to do that, because I can't imagine how hard that is. And then the Klonopin thing too, that was huge. It's not easy to get off of benzos. And the sad thing is that he tried so hard to get into a detox. This was earlier this year, for benzo withdrawal, and like the doctor, they said his withdrawal, it was a really hard time to see him like actually trying to get help and trying to get off of this medication, but no one would help him. It's just like, why are these detoxes? It's just really sad. You'd think that they would still take them to get help, or find a different resource for them to find the right help that they need, because he was desperately asking for help at that time and he just couldn't get it. I think eventually he was able to get into a place, but it took weeks, and he never gave up, and he pushed through and got off of it. So I'm really proud of him. I'm sad that he's not here still, obviously. And I wish that me and him were driving on our way to his dad's. This is like I'm on the same route that we would take every day, going to his dad's house, so it's kind of tough driving out this way. But yeah, we have a lot of good memories at his dad's house. I'm super excited to see him for a little bit, and then I'll be going to my therapy. But let's see, Leah Maurice is awesome. It's awesome that he worked so hard. Yeah, he tried and fought and fought and fought, and he never gave up. And yeah, he was just a very strong person, especially going through the methadone withdrawal, the benzo withdrawal, Suboxone withdrawal when he got off of Suboxone for a little bit. Like, there's just so many things. So yeah. But you guys, I am almost to Lucas's dad's. I just wanted to say hello and let you know what was going on in my life, and I might make a video this week, maybe next week. We'll see how I'm feeling. But thank you everyone who joined today. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.